Dugan's Hole. It is a very, very small town. You'll come in from the... I don't fucking care where you come in from. It doesn't matter.
The outside.
The only thing of interest in the town are the 20 Stones of Thrun. It is a triangle of megaliths. That is literally the only point of interest in town because of how small the town is. All of you will be coming into town for whatever reason. I have no idea why you would want to come here. But
Monolith Museum.
But you will, as you enter, for your various reasons, which let's go ahead and get that out of the way. Y'all are heading in. Somebody speak up and start the group, because I'm already there. I am kicked back, hanging out there. All of you are from out of town, so I would like somebody to start.
So is it like a wide open area we're kind of walking into one by one? Or is there like a...
Give me a moment.
Like a meeting point, an obvious meeting point?
Give me one moment. I can give you the map. Shut up, Claptrap. We're busy.
Protect me, Squire!
Get out of the box.
Here we go. And there. Send compressed. Always send compressed, because my images are too powerful. I'm sending it to the text chat.
Alright.
I can show it on mine.
Okay, for some reason it's not sending. Send. There we go, now it's sending. Aha! Victory is mine.
Oh, well, yeah, there's really nothing in this place.
No.
That's a cool
Not
map,
a
though.
thing,
That's,
okay.
No, there is literally nothing.
Okay.
Except our triangle of monoliths.
Eat my mic.
So,
awesome.
now that you have a picture of of where we're at, the Red Waters is a lake. So you can boat in if you choose, but unfortunately, this was our starting point as determined by the random luck of a 7-year-old.
Random luck of a 7-year-old.
I didn't have a D10 available, so I asked him to pick a number between 1 and 10, and he picked this one. So, somebody start. Jordan,
I'm just
the
there.
Initiative.
Since we're just there, right? Like just chilling,
you're coming
like, or just getting.
You've ended up in Dugan's Hole for some odd reason, whatever your personal reason may be. You have ended up in the small, very low populated Dugan's Hole.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go the monoliths and observe the monoliths, the triangle, whatever.
As you enter the monolith area, you see a very small, white-skinned elf dressed in a blue dress, basically, sitting against one of the monoliths with a backpack in front of her.
Okay, is that the only person in the area?
Yes.
Okay.
As you've walked through town to get here, most of the town has boarded themselves up as they see you pass.
I'm sorry. Will you repeat that?
I said, as you pass through town to get here, did you pass through town to get here?
Yeah.
Okay, as you pass through town, the standard, like, people closing the doors, shuttering the windows thing as you pass by happens. Seems like they're not really fans of outsiders.
Like in every normal town, small little town. All right, so I'm gonna walk up to the little. You said the little white elf person thing.
Yes.
And I'll go up and just approach them and be like, what's the history here, or if they know anything. I don't know if that's you. I don't know if you're trying to imply that's you.
I am trying to imply that it will be me.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna walk up to you and say, greetings, traveler, whatever you are.
Hello.
Oh my god, I can. Please don't make me role play like that. I'll butcher the fuck out of that. How are you? What's your name?
My name is Ayla.
Okay, my name is Antonia. It's nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure. What are you doing here? Why are you here? Why are you here?
I was told to come here by blah blah blah. I can't think of anything right now. I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank on that.
Would you like us to move on to somebody else while you think?
Yes, that would be awesome.
Next victim.
I'll
Alright.
do it.
Oh,
Everyone wait until
I
the
was
same
gonna say
time.
nobody jump at once here. Okay, so who's actually going? Somebody do something.
I go. I will take initiative. I will go.
All right.
You will
Alright,
go.
so I have wandered into town probably... Oh, somebody died. Who died?
Eric died.
Eric died. Okay. Eric, you among the living again?
I don't know.
We hear your
Well,
voice.
that's good enough for today.
Your voice is here, but your video is gone.
It's okay.
You've
I
already
only
got
have 2 of 5 videos actually coming through. So
Sweet.
Bandwidth. It's fun.
it's fantastic.
This has been a night of adventure already.
Uh-huh. Alright. Yeah, so I would probably be wandering into town on foot as well.
You would.
I assume I
have-
would see much the same
Yes, you would have a similar reaction.
general apprehension to visitors.
Yes. Doors being closed, windows being shut by Eric. Or no, Eric's still here by Kyle.
Another one bites the dust.
Do-do-do-do-do.
This is working out great.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Welcome back, Kyle.
No one's
What
Discord wants to
cursed this
work, does
channel?
it?
The server might be cursed.
The real BBEG was the connections we lost along the way.
We don't have this
There we
issue
go.
with the other group.
I know!
I never have. Well, I'm on my laptop. I'm normally not on my laptop for Discord.
I
Still,
have
it's
to
not
use
like
my
there's
laptop
a terrible
instead of my
amount of
desktop.
usage.
Anyway,
All
Anthony,
right.
as you were saying,
Well, that's just downright rude of them. Alright, well, this seems to be a thing of interest. Let's wander over to these poles.
That's what I wanted.
as you approach the triangle of megaliths, you see a woman standing there talking to an elf sitting on the ground.
Alright.
In the snow.
Are you two going to hide as soon as someone introduces themselves as well?
Welcome to Dugan's Hole. It's a lovely town. They hate everybody.
I will not
I
hide.
had picked up on that. Oh, okay, that one doesn't want to talk. Alright.
Yeah, if you look closely.
What's the name again?
If you look closely, you'll see some of them have like weird ears and like pointed teeth. There's a lot of inbreeding that goes on here. They're weird people. I don't hang out
I
here
mean,
much.
pointed ears isn't necessarily abnormal.
I know. I mean, I
pointed
have
teeth
pointy
is a lot
ears,
odd.
but these are like people, not like elf people. Away with you.
Are they just part elf or
Nope,
are
they are a bunch of inbred hilljacks.
We found Elvin, Alabama. Okay.
Dwarf
Of course, I would end up in Alabama. All right. Well,
Who are you?
any idea what's up with all the polls? My name is Casey.
Casey. Well met. I'm Ayla.
I am Antonia.
Greetings. That's not going to confuse me at all.
Don't worry, it'll be okay. But no, the stones were just they've been here forever, apparently, according to what little information I can get from these people when they feel like talking. They're very they don't like people here. And there aren't many of them here, so it's hard to get any of them to talk.
Anything remarkable about the stones, or are they just in the ground?
They're comfortable to lean against.
Comfy stone is not to be discounted.
That's why I'm sitting here.
I'll just plop next to whatever nearest stone that's available.
All
Try
right.
it out.
See? Told you it's comfy, even if it's a little cold in the snow. I mean, you know.
It works surprisingly well.
Next victim.
I'll go. All right, so I'll have passed through town as well.
You will receive
Not-
the same warm greeting.
Yep. Notice there's nobody anywhere, and
No, the streets
I
are
guess
empty.
stumble upon the monoliths at some point, and the only people that have shown their faces, and walk on over.
Halo will wave. Hello, friend. Well met.
Well met. You must not be from around here.
I'm just going to look at you with a stern face. A very bitchy face.
That's fair.
Nope, not from around here.
I can
Locals
tell because you're
not.
talking to people.
Yeah.
They picked up on that.
In my travels through 10 towns, this place is not great. I just happened to make camp here last night.
I've been a lot of places, and I've been a lot friendlier places.
Oh, there are much better places in 10 towns. This one this is the hole. This is Dugan's Hole. It's not a great place.
Well, if
Can
you're looking
imagine
for
it would be.
nowhere, I think we found it.
Yeah, I don't think this is exactly where I aim to be, but what's with these rocks?
We've just been discussing that. So far, we've
Yeah.
determined that they're effective pillows.
Yeah, I set up camp here last night, actually. From what I've gathered from the couple people who have talked to me, they said that they've been here forever and nobody has any idea as to why they're here. But they seem to think some creature named Thrune put them here.
Interesting. I'll start kind of investigating them more, see if there's any like runes or carvings or anything on any of them.
Absolutely. You don't notice anything too particular. There are some carvings and whatnot, but they're very faded and very old. Very, very old.
Do they look to be all that intricate, or just kind of like someone carved in it at some point?
They look like they were there with purpose.
Okay. Not a
No.
Bob was here.
Right.
Bob was here. I like that.
Kilroy was here.
I guess I'll spend the next little while just kind of wandering between the rocks, looking at them.
Okay.
Are we giving like descriptions? You gave one for yours, but
I did give one for me.
So I'm a human with some robes on, some gray robes on, and a sword.
Wonderful.
I am basically a twig of a half-elf. Relatively nice but simple, kind of purple doublet, black fitted pants, and rapier just strung over the back for carrying.
I'm a girl, probably about 5'8", probably weighs 170-ish pounds. She's kind of thick. Wearing a black robe, of course, and I have a like a quarterstaff kind of thing. So just kind of in my hand.
And yeah, Ayla is a small 5'3" elf, very light, very tiny. White skinned with a blue dress. Holding she has, what does she has? You can see a longbow strung over her back and a long sword sitting across her lap, in addition to her pack.
Okay, I'm gonna say that while you guys are all talking and everything, you're gonna hear a commotion back in the town. Like behind you guys. I know it's not that big, but
Back into town, so like 8 feet that way.
yeah, pretty much. You're gonna hear a little bit of a commotion and some angry voices coming from like the just kind of general town area.
Interesting. Nothing fun happens here.
Is there another outsider?
Could be.
What a time.
Maybe
to
they
be alive.
like them even less.
It's not hard around here. The more people that show up, the less they like them. They like it quiet here. When people start showing up, they get a little antsy. I'm gonna go see what's up. You guys have fun.
All right.
I'm gonna join you.
All right. So Ayla and Antonia are going back into town.
Keep looking at the rocks.
Okay.
Indeed.
I'm gonna watch him looking at the rocks.
So I'd say those that came back to the town are gonna notice that there's several of the Dugan's holders kind of yelling at this kind of like short, like golden-haired girl. She doesn't look that old. She only looks like she's about like 25-ish. But she's got like faintly blue glowing skin. And she's standing there and she's talking to these people and she's like, well, I understand that, but you've got to understand that I was sent here with a purpose. And yes, I know that they're not wanting to listen, but they have to listen or else I'm going to get in trouble. And there is something going on in this world, and it's important that I spread this to your people.
Hey,
you can't
hey,
just leave me out.
Hey, person.
Hmm?
You're wasting your time with these people. They sleep with their families. They don't understand basic communication.
I don't understand basic.
Oh my god. Let's have Trump 2020
So-
flags all over the place.
so seeing someone actually like responding to her in a way that's not just like yelling, she's gonna kind of like turn towards the voice, and then she's gonna look off to the side again. She's gonna be like, well, at least they seem like they're going to listen, and start walking your way.
Just come to the stones. Just come to the stones. There are other people there. They seem nice.
Well, as long as they're willing to, not just like throw me out.
Around here, I don't usually stay at this one. I usually just pass through, but the blizzard came through last night and I had to make camp. Eric, your turn.
I'm lurking behind Lillian.
Behind who?
I'm a lurk. Aerith.
Okay.
You're lurking behind me.
Yes.
Did you bring a follower?
I'm gonna bypass the crowd.
Did I bring a what?
The crowd that you just left.
Can you see? Can you see them? And she points off to her side where there's clearly nothing there.
No, not that one.
No.
So she just starts looking around her like, what the hell are you talking about? And she'll make a comment off to the side where she's just like, I thought they were talking about you. I don't know what follower they would be talking about. There is clearly nothing there.
There we go.
So You have no idea who she would be talking to because it's literally just empty air is what you can see.
Right. You there, not Dukin's whole person. Come this way. You don't look inbred. Please,
All right.
please come with us.
At least sounds like there's a party over here.
There are people who actually speak common over here. These people technically speak common, I suppose. They're weird. Just, we won't be here long. So as Ayla brings everybody back, she kind of looks over the group. You guys aren't from around here, are you?
Not one bit.
I don't even know where
No.
here is.
Very
It's the
good
middle
point.
of nowhere. Precisely.
Yeah, we're at the ass end of 10 towns, in Icewind Dale. So biggest thing going on. Sorry, my cat will just continue to come through and come through and come through.
Oh, no worries.
He does not understand. Stay off the desk.
They
In
never
fact,
do.
takes it as a challenge.
So the thing is, ow! You have sharp claws, you ass.
It knows.
So the thing is, we're stuck in a eternal winter. As you can see, it's not exactly daylight out, even though it's like noon. There's this lesser god person who has decided to flex her power over this area, and it kind of sucks. And as we're talking amongst ourselves, an elf comes up. You lot, you look like you're looking for adventure.
Currently, I was looking for a nap, but I suppose adventure will do. What you got?
I have a job that I need people like you to help me with.
Does it pay?
I am prepared to pay you for your services.
You got one.
You got two.
I guess you got 3.
Sort of adventure are you talking about?
Well, for people dressed like you, this shouldn't be much. But
Certainly
Sounds
intrigued.
ominous.
there are these elementals. They're spirits. They're called Twingas. And I have a feeling that using them, I might be able to get their help to fix the climate around here and make it hospitable again.
That would
Basically, what I want is for you guys to go fetch me 1, 2, 3, I don't care. At least one. Alive. Let me make sure I specify. I want them alive. And yeah. Just bring them to me and we're good to go.
What's the price
the
for
catch?
these spirit heads?
No heads. Alive.
I suppose we can bring them attached to the bodies.
I will give your group 25 gold pieces apiece. What the hell are you doing? And you drank your water. Good job, you dumbass.
Is the elf a man or a woman?
I'm gonna go with a woman. Half
Okay,
elf.
so-
Sorry, it's a half elf. I missed that part. I
Okay.
misread it.
So Lelaine is gonna interrupt, like as she's mentioning the gold. She's gonna interrupt and she's going to be like, gold is all well and good, but can you tell me if there is a cleric around here? I've been asking for weeks around the region for a cleric, and no one has been able to point me to one. They throw me out of town before I've been able to find find my answer. So can you please tell me where there's a cleric around here?
Oh, you'll find one at the bigger towns. They usually have one. This place, you just got unlucky
Fuck.
being here.
Already been there.
Ayla will chime in. I'm sure we can find one. Don't worry. I'll help you.
I'm in.
All right, wonderful. So I have your group will go find me one of these. I have this fancy lantern here. It's a lantern of tracking for elementals that will help you find them. It will glow.
Well, it's convenient.
It will glow green if they're in the area. I have not seen any here. You're gonna have to go travel. So you're gonna have to make your way around 10 towns. I'm sorry.
How far
Any
out?
particular region we should focus on? Or just wander the earth until something hits us?
Pretty much just kind of take a tour of 10 towns till you find something.
Fantastic. Well, at the very least, it'll get us out of here.
The best way out of here is the road to the north to Goodmead. You're gonna want to start there and work your way through the area that way.
All right, and where can we find you after we have one?
I will be at the center tavern of the 5 Tavern Center in Bremen, the River's Mouth.
All right, you will be located at the river's mouth.
Yes.
So these elemental creatures,
Uh-huh.
are they easily captured?
I've never tried. They're not violent. They are, from what I've heard in stories and read, they are quite friendly, actually. They just don't like to be around people.
Are they sentient?
Sentient. I mean, they're aware of their surroundings and whatnot.
But you wouldn't say they have a sense of identity.
No, I don't think so.
All right, still creatures.
Yeah. I mean, I would say take the road to Goodmead and start there. From there, I mean, you're just gonna have to start looking through the area. Unfortunately, there's not really anywhere in particular I can point you that these things will be. I'm sorry, I don't have more information. I have a feeling if I can get one, I can start working on fixing Oral's hold on the area.
All right, and if we get multiple, is the pay increased at all?
If you can convince a couple to come back, sure, why not?
All right.
Okay, well, with those directions in mind, and with the limited help expended, Lillian's just gonna be like, "Well, no time like the present." And she's just gonna start walking towards the Goodsmead exit of the town.
She seems to be in a hurry.
Well, is there anything else useful in town?
Not a damn thing here.
All right. Don't see another reason to keep waiting then.
No.
Yeah,
No,
not
there
at
isn't.
all.
And you notice,
All right.
as you guys like watch her start walking away and decide to leave, you notice that she's again just talking to something, in the air next to her. Like I know they don't even have that good of meat. I don't know why they're called that, but we're gotta go back. And
Okay, we got an odd job. Good. Great. Awesome.
I enjoy crazy
I must
people.
stay far away from the crazy.
I have dealt with too much crazy in my time.
I
Oh,
will
well.
reiterate. She has a -3 for wisdom.
Oh, I know. So,
Like, it's not often that you have a skill that you're so bad in that you actually have a negative modifier on the skill chart.
Yeah, that's a
That you're proficient in.
oh god, we're gonna die. This party is not gonna survive.
it's level 1.
Okay, I have bookmarked all of 10 towns. So we're going to
So I guess-
Goodmead.
So is like Icewind Dale like the continent or big island or something?
It's the region.
It's
The
kind
region.
of like a it's separated from most of the continent by some pretty big mountains,
Yes, the spine of the
Okay.
world.
And-
The spine of the
and
world
it's
cuts it off.
like way north. So it's pretty isolated, pretty cold.
And is
Pretty
10
well.
towns a region
Yep.
on that?
It's pretty much the only place up there that has civilization.
Yes.
The rest is just like tundra and frostland and just really, really cold. But yeah, the only real connection between 10 towns and the continent is either through, I think it's called the Sea of Storms,
Yes.
or the pass through the spine of the world. That's really the only two ways out.
That is accurate. So it takes us about. Let me look at the map. Sorry, I'm still working on memorizing all of this stuff. There's a shit ton of information. It takes us about 4 hours to get to Goodmead on foot. So, I mean, not that it really matters, but it's like 4 o'clock now in the late afternoon. As we enter Goodmead, the lantern does not shine any brighter. It's still just a plain old lantern, indicating that there are no Chingwas in Goodmead.
I wish he didn't give us a defective unit.
Ah,
How much way to test it?
I mean, the only.
Are we sure this isn't just a lantern?
I feel like.
I mean, can I look at it, see if it's a
Absolutely.
magic-y lantern at all?
Absolutely. You're a wizard. Come on, Harry.
Yep.
Do your thing.
You want me to roll?
Let me look at the skills.
Arcana is one.
Yeah, do that.
Arcana. Oh boy, the dice doesn't like me. 8.
As far as you can tell, it's a magical lantern.
Does seem to be magical, but can't glean much more than that.
As we pass through Goodmead, we notice that it's a slightly larger town. There are more. I will make a channel specifically with the pictures of the town maps, but I will put this one up as well as we go.
Town maps would be useful.
I will have that set and probably tomorrow morning.
Wonderful.
Are people as standoffish here?
Absolutely not. They are significantly more friendly here.
The town's
Because
name
they're
what?
not
Goodmead.
inbred.
Yes.
I'd be happy too in a place called Town with Goodmead. You know.
Boop. Here, the people don't seem to be quite as angry. There's still not much going on, but there are places we can hold up if we choose, or we can continue to move on and try to find. There is a road back to Dugan's Hole, or at the north end of town, there's the road to Eastway. We could take the road to Eastway and check and see if there are any Chingwas there. So whatever you guys would like to do, let me know.
So in Goodmead, is there's like no signs of like anything unusual? Like
Actually, no. They seem to be fairly normal people. Um, Thane, you need to get down. You can't be here. Um, there are more people for sure. There are actually the population's about double from what it was at that place we were just at. Dugan's Hole. Sorry. Again, I apologize. This is going to be rough. We don't have any Chingwas. And the only roads out are to... Did that say to Eastway? That's not a...
I believe that's what you said earlier. Yeah, Eastway.
Oh, yeah. Okay, we're good. I was going to say that's not the name of the town, but no, there's the thing. We can keep going north to east to the Eastway, or we can stick out here and hang out here, or we can go on to...
Do you know how far it is?
We will in a minute. Goodmead, Lonelywood, Targos, Tourmaline. I'm going the wrong way. Sorry. There are 10 different towns, and I have 10 different bookmarks that I literally just put in my book.
You're good.
wait, there's 10 towns in 10 towns?
Yeah, who'd have thought?
Who'da thunk?
Burn Shander. Koenig. Dugan's Hole. East Haven. Goodmead. We're in Goodmead. Okay, what was the question?
Do you know how far it is to the next
Yes.
landmark or town?
We will in a second. Okay, there are actually several different directions we can go through the Eastway. We can go to East Haven, which is the closest town. It's about 4.5 miles. Will take us probably about an hour to get there. We can go back to Dugan's Hole, which is a 4-hour trip south. We can hit the Eastway and go to Caer Dineval, which is about 8 hours away. Or we can go to Bryn Shander, which is about 6 hours away.
Bryn Shander and Caer Dineval, aren't those a couple of the bigger cities?
They are. East Haven is also... Ayla will tell you that East Haven is a fairly large city. That is... I can't tell which one this is because I put the tag over it. That one's Brennan. Bryn Shander is one, and East Haven are both larger cities. Caer Dineval is a smaller city, about the same size as Goodmead.
Which one is closest to the pass up the spine of the world?
That's a great question. Hell if I know. To be completely honest with you.
It was just the first one you mentioned that would be within travel of daylight, right? Since it was like 6 and 8 hours.
The closest one is actually East Haven, which is only 4.5 miles. And then Bryn Shander is the next largest town, and that is a 6-hour walk.
I assume that'd be past dusk.
Yeah, we're at 4 o'clock now. We'd be getting there
Yeah.
at 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah,
So I don't have any desire to travel in the dark.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Well,
There. Let me see if this map actually is useful. Holy balls!
Large.
It
Yes, for
either
a
is or
map.
it isn't.
Dugan's Hole and Goodmead and East Haven are all right on the. They're all basically on the border of the spine of the world.
okay. And then the other ones go out towards the Sea of Storms. Is that correct?
Sea of Moving Ice.
Sea of Moving Ice, which connects to the Sea of Storms. That's what it is.
Yes. My vote is to go to East Haven.
So the close one, yeah. Go there.
Yeah, that one's the
It's a bit bigger as well.
That would make the most sense.
East Haven is significantly bigger.
So if we don't find one there, maybe we can find someone that knows it a bit more.
I mean, we can ask around here and see if anybody has any ideas. If you want.
Can if there's like an inn or something.
There's a mead hall.
There is a meat hall. That would be the.
In a place called Good Meat, it's probably busy.
That would be the place to go.
If it actually lives up to his name.
We'll see.
That's
if
a good
the
point.
case.
Yeah, some places don't.
Could just be compensating.
So is that where we're going?
Why not?
Sounds like it.
Okay.
Meat hall.
Let me buy there to look into that so I can flip back to the quest. And I'm not used to having to like go through a book. Normally I just pull all this shit out of
A
my
physical
ass.
book, yeah.
That's the next quest. Here we go. Okay. As you enter the meat hall, it is a very large wooden building. It's lit. It's warmed by a wonderful fire, and there are several people, several drunk people, happily sitting and talking and just enjoying each other's company. Would you guys like to ask anybody?
I'll go over to the bar first, I guess.
Okay. Barkeep sets a pint of mead down in front of you.
This is what the town's named after.
It is. Best
We'll
stuff
certainly
in
try it.
towns. Actually, we supply 10 towns with the mead. That's how we
The whole area.
That's how we make our living here. As you take a drink, it is some of the best mead you've ever had in your life.
Certainly gonna keep going then.
Okay. The rest of you, what are you up to?
I'll follow to the bar and take samples.
I will
Make sure the
also
place is
actually.
living up to the name.
Eric, what did you say?
Antonia is gonna try some mead.
Eric, what are you up to?
I'm also going to the bar.
Aerith?
Lelaine is kind of like she looks in. She like stands near the entrance of the tavern, and she's just like she looks really uncomfortable with all the people that are in the place. She's just like kind of like keeping her hands up near her chest, and like like anybody gets close, she like backs away, and
Okay. Well, the bar folk are all enjoying a very fine glass of mead. Ayla is just kind of, she's got a drink and is just wandering around the mead hall. Doing her thing.
So, my good barman.
Hmm?
Me and my merry lot have been tasked to find some things called elementals. We're wondering if we've been sent on a false task or not.
They're probably not really around here, but I've heard some of the drunks talk about seeing a tiny figure riding a fox through town, but they can't remember seeing where or when they saw it because they're too damn drunk.
Oh, there's nothing more reliable than a drunken's testimony. A little creature riding a fox. Know anywhere that
Didn't-
wildlife may be particularly active as opposed to anywhere else?
Lonelywood.
Well, that's a start. Thank you, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll just keep down on him.
All right.
I'm going to judge Casey over there as he escapes downing them. I'm going to look at him with a face of both entertainment and disgust.
When in good mead.
Oh my
Kayla will approach the party. Did you guys find anything out? Anything good?
I
Well,
found out that
allegedly,
he can drink a lot.
The highly reliable drunkards have suggested that there may be some small creatures riding foxes in the area. Put in that what investment you will.
All right, where are we going?
What was it? The Forgotten Wood or the Lonely Wood, I believe?
Oh,
Lonelywood, I believe.
Lonelywood, okay. I haven't been there in a while.
You know the place.
I am very familiar with 10 Towns.
I see.
I-
Is the Lonely Wood reputed for its foxes?
There are foxes there.
Well, we'll take it.
It's,
Is it out of our way much?
we're gonna be hiking all night.
Oh boy, can we pass? Are there any towns on the way, or is it just off into nowhere?
Hold on, let me pull out the map.
It's so much easier when you can just decide where it is.
Right? We are currently in Goodmead.
Having a right answer sucks.
Lonelywood is way out there. It's gonna be at least a day and a half to get there. However, we could
Or it sounds
try.
like I've got a night of good meat in the way.
We could. So Ayla will relay all of this. It'll take us at least a day and a half on foot. However, we could see about chartering travel or chartering up some arrangements to get us there. Say
Like a ship?
No. A ship will not work on land.
Horses.
I was thinking more dog sled, as you're not from the area. You probably don't. We really tend to travel by like sleds and such.
You travel by dogs? Oh, this is fantastic. We have to see this now.
All right, come with me.
I'm going.
She takes at least Casey. I don't know if anybody else is following.
I'll go. Why not?
As soon as someone's like, "Okay, we're leaving," Lelane's gonna follow out.
Yeah, whatever my character's name is, Ayla leads you to a stable and hands some gold over to the stable manager. That one's ours. We get the sled. All 6 of us can pile on, and this team of 10 dogs right here, you see them in front, will run the sled, and we just direct them with the reins. It's really easy.
Why is this not the standard of travel everywhere?
Well, there's no snow.
I thought that the
everywhere.
bloody horse was useful. We have dogs?
You need snow to operate a sled.
You can put dogs in front of a cart.
Well, yeah, but horses are better for carts. Dogs are better for
Dogs are
sleds.
better for everything.
I
They're
mean,
dogs.
You're not wrong. All right, pile in. Let's go. We've got like 12 hours of travel ahead of us.
Be.
All right. I'll hop on.
Okay.
Mhm.
I will get in also.
Okay. Our hours of travel overnight are very quiet. There is we pass through several towns on our way, and eventually we end up in the small town of Lonelywood.
I assume our lantern doesn't go off anyway on the journey.
No, it does not. However, once we hit the edge of Lonelywood, the lantern turns green from yellow.
He might not have been lying.
Making progress. At the very least, we have a color-changing lantern.
Yep.
As we enter town, we spot a bundled-up figure stomping out of a snow-covered cottage. As she sees
So
us, she starts yelling at the wind. Watch out for the curse of the friggin' wind! There's curses on the breeze!
Good, another crazy one.
Is it windy?
There's a light breeze.
Okay. It's really early morning at this point.
Yes.
Do we see any curses in the wind?
No. You just see a bundled-up woman yelling.
What are these curses you're talking of?
Oh, he talked to her. That's a mistake.
Trickster spirits have been opening my windows and sending horrible chills through the house, knocking over my cups and plates, and some of my cutlery is gone.
Do any of your children know thaumaturgy?
No, there are no children here. Would
Here's in the
anybody-
house or here's in the village?
Here's in the house. Of course there are children in the village.
Do any of them know thaumaturgy?
How the hell should
Tell
I
me.
know?
Tell me, what do
Well,
you
your
know about
windows keep opening. I'd be looking out for small children nearby.
No.
Would anybody care to check out the windows?
I'll
Well-
glance.
Lelaine is going to be completely oblivious to the windows, and she's going to go, tell me, what do you know about this curse?
I don't know anything about the curse other than it's taking my silverware.
Your silverware? What? Now, what could a curse want with your silverware?
How the hell should
Tell-
I know?
Well, tell me more. Tell me everything that you know. She's just going to carry on this conversation, like, super interested in what she's saying, and clearly just, like, obtuse about, the potential danger of the situation.
Interesting. I'm getting audio out of my speakers and through my headset. No wonder
Weird.
it
Nice.
sounds weird when I take my
I
one
don't
ear
say.
off. Anyway, while that's going on, would anybody like to make an investigation check on the windows?
Yes, I will. I will do that.
I'll join. Why not?
I rolled a 17.
Okay.
That one for a 7.
The 17 sees very small tracks leading away from the snowy windowsill of the cottage toward a nearby thicket. Would anybody care to make? Are you sharing that information with the group first?
Yep, I'll just tell them, hey, there seems to be tracks here going into the woods. Or thicket, whatever word terminology you use. And it seems sketchy.
Would anybody care to make a wisdom survival check?
Sure.
Would anybody useful care to make a wisdom survival check?
Hey, for the record,
I'll try.
I got
Why
a-
not?
I got a 14.
Oh, you did?
Oh, what?
I did.
Well done.
Got a 9. I'm not rolling well.
You said survival, right?
Survival, yes. Get out of here, damn it!
Oh, I rolled a 3. That's not happening.
Surprisingly enough, Aerith's character, whose name eludes me at the moment, Lelaine,
Elaine.
can discern 3 individual sets of tiny footprints, and some of them have a thin furrow in the snow alongside them, as if something has been dragged behind them.
So these aren't thaumaturgy kit prints.
No.
Guys,
Yes?
I think someone was dragging her silverware through here.
Gotta be real small if you have to drag silverware.
Well,
Who
look,
knows? She could use very large forks.
the
That's true.
How big are these forks?
the feet are small. Look, the feet are small, and there's all these drag marks. I think we found out her silverware culprit.
Maybe these little things are using the silverware as tridents.
Let's follow.
That's
them.
true.
Let's go
These
find
could
them.
be very well armed. I don't even know. Very, very, very small creatures.
I say we go find them.
I mean, they're armed with forks, so we're probably fine.
Hey, we only have like 8 HP. That's dangerous. But yes, let's see where this leads.
Okay.
Yes.
Who has a... I need somebody who... passive wisdom perception score of 13 or higher. Does anybody have that?
15.
Wisdom perception score. No, I don't have that.
Passive of 15 over here.
Okay.
No.
I
Got
forget I can look
14.
at all of you.
Yeah, you have the character sheets.
I forget these things.
My passive wisdom scores are 7 and 9.
Okay. Eric and Anthony. You can pick up the sound of movement behind some trees.
Does it sound like large movement, or does it sound like mice?
It sounds like small things.
I think we've stumbled.
I want to go
into
check
them.
it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you look through the trees, you see 3 Chwingus playing on top of the snow in a clearing. You can see a dinner plate with branches and pine cones arrayed on it is placed between them, and one of them is sitting at the edge of the plate, while 2 others are moving a fork and a knife as if to cut and eat the food, quote unquote.
Well, this is adorable.
What are they doing?
There.
I'm just watching because I think it's adorable.
Pretending to be people.
Someone go in there.
We've heard they like to run, haven't we?
We haven't heard shit.
Alright, yeah, I will very slowly start creeping in, trying to remain undetected as I get closer.
Okay. As you enter the clearing, the Chwingus look up at you, and the one
Hi
not,
there.
the one not holding a piece of cutlery starts moving its hands, mimicking eating, while looking at you, making welcoming gestures.
Alright, I'll have a seat.
All right. As you sit down, they become excited and start really like looking you over and checking you out, and like they're really interested in you. Specifically, the one who wasn't holding any cutlery is very interested in you. And anytime
Alright.
you move, he follows you.
Like he mimics my movements.
Yeah.
Alright. Alright. Since I seem to have their attention, I'm going to pull the violin off my back and just start playing something upbeat.
Okay.
and just see let's just see what happens here.
They look at you, kind of cockeyed for a second, and then they start clapping.
I found an audience. Yeah, I'm just vibing with this. I'm just here. These are my people.
Okay, so now what do we do?
Seems to have got them to like him a bit.
Do you think you can kidnap one of them?
I'm pretty sure if I keep playing, they'll just follow me home.
Oh, good, we have our own Pied Piper.
Wait.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
when he says that, Lelane's just gonna go, "Oh, let's do it," and then she's going to start singing along to the violin, badly.
What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with
That has been my car playlist for like the last 2 weeks.
As you start singing, they plug their ears.
Shh.
Oh no, she's completely oblivious. She thinks she sounds great.
Oh God.
You know, if we do this right, I can stab her in the back and we don't have to worry about it anymore.
Do it.
So, Casey, what would you like to do with your newfound power?
Let's see. I'm gonna teach these suckers to dance. All right, I'm gonna get up and just start doing a jig along with the music.
The one without the cutlery starts mimicking your movements. The other two continue to eat their dinner.
Just to be clear, they don't actually have food on the plates, right? They
No,
are just
it's twigs and pine cones.
okay. So they actually have stuff. All right.
Are they actually like scooping up twigs and pine cones, or are they just doing the
They're
motion?
just doing the motions.
Okay.
Intriguing. This one here seems smarter than the rest of the lot. Don't want to come out of hiding of the bushes.
I mean, we have to capture him, right? Or capture one of them, right?
At least
Or
one.
get them to follow
Suppose.
somehow.
Hey, Casey, come over here real quick.
All right, I'll start moving that direction.
The Chingwa without the silverware follows you.
All right.
With no
Do the other
hesitation.
two react to
No,
the one leaving?
they couldn't care less.
Okay, they just like their fake food.
Someone go grab one of the other two.
Do you have
Okay.
anything to keep them in?
While that's happening, I'm going to stop playing for a moment. I'm going to try and see if I can get this one to like jump into my hand.
How big are these things?
Like knee high.
Yeah.
So, at
Oh,
the
like knee high?
someone grab one of them. Lane's literally gonna do that. She's literally just gonna walk over and grab one.
It starts throwing a fit immediately. And the one following Casey is getting visibly upset.
Picking them up? Not the solution. Do we have any like actual food on us that's not just like a boring ration?
We do not.
Okay, it's the most it's the most exciting ration sort of thing we got. Do like a bread or something?
I suppose I could try that. I mean, yeah, I suppose it works with little ones. Okay. She just starts throwing the little thing up in the air and then catching it and whee, whee,
It is not happening.
trying to get it to cheer up.
It is not happy whatsoever.
It's not working.
Put the damn thing down.
Maybe you should stop.
Put it down. I'll see if I can get them to calm down again. Back to the
Alright,
violin.
She puts it down.
They immediately relax.
Okay,
Are the
short-term
two
memory
still?
loss.
The one
Are the
retreats
two
back,
still doing food?
The one retreats back to the plate as if it's scared of Lelaine.
So there's the two at the plate with the food, and the one still dancing by.
Yeah, there's the one that's really
Forget
happy
you, Casey.
with Casey, and then there's the other two who are very unhappy with Lelaine.
I'm gonna cast Mage Hand and use it to like make a piece of bread float above their plate.
They very gingerly reach out and just kind of poke at it.
I'll just keep it still, floating there.
The one of them like grabs a little hunk and then eats it and is just kind of like very cautious about it. The other one just kind of looks at it like it's the devil.
They react if I make it like move around a bit.
They retreat into the thicket.
All right. They don't like moving floating bread.
I don't think they have much of appreciation for the strange.
Apparently not.
They like forks and plates
And a violin, apparently.
and a violin.
That one's following you around, Casey. Let's see how far we can get it to follow.
All right.
That half elf said they'd be in Bremen, right?
Yes.
Yes, I believe so.
He said the Center Tavern in Brevin.
River's Mouth Inn. River's Mouth Inn.
How far away is that? That's actually not that far. Tourmaline to Targos to Bremen. Alright, let me look at how this works out. Fuck it, it'll take us about 8 hours to get there.
You got 8 hours of violin in you?
What's that?
How, what time is it, roughly speaking?
Oh, we're probably at like 5 in the morning.
Oh boy.
I just kind of assumed some of us would sleep in the
on the
In
journey.
the sled, yeah. Take naps.
Yeah, that sounds pretty ideal, actually.
If it'll get on the sled, we can try going.
It is currently attached to Casey's hip. It seems to really like you.
All right, I'm gonna try and get it higher up on the body. See if I can get it to like on my shoulder.
It gladly accepts.
I have a pet now.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So it stays put.
His name is Kevin.
His name is what?
Kevin.
Okay.
Right, what are the other? We can get another one of these things because I kind of want to keep it.
I don't think that's how that's gonna work, buddy.
You lose all your silverware.
But he's so cute.
I mean, yeah, but this isn't your first kidnapping quest, is it? Or this is your first time doing this, isn't it?
Baby.
Lesson 1, rookie. Don't get attached to the target.
Target? Where? I need to go shopping. Yes, that was in character.
All right,
Alright,
very
I guess.
well. We'll see if we don't stumble along another one of these things.
I mean, we do have a lantern that'll light up if there's. Although I guess it's going to stay lit if
It's a pretty wide field.
Oh shit. It very willingly gets on the sled with you.
All right.
Our journey to Bremen is peaceful. You're all able to get some rest. The Chingwa just happily sits there with you. And as we enter Bremen, we make our way to the river's mouth at the center tavern of the 5 taverns. And we see that same half-elf as we enter with the Chingwa. She smiles and waves.
Aye, I found one. His name is Kevin.
I can't believe you actually got one.
Turns out they like music quite a bit.
at least this one did.
And the other two seem fine with it.
Yeah, they weren't magnetized to you as much though.
So
No, but some have better taste than others.
So he came along with, like, just willingly just came with you?
I don't think I can get rid of him.
It's amazing. I'll tell you what, since you were able to bring one of these guys back so easily and without any kind of harm or stress, I'm going to give you all an extra 10 gold pieces for your trouble.
All right.
I'm okay with that.
I won't turn that down.
I do like money.
So 35 gold apiece for your efforts. Thank you.
Oh boy.
Do you mind? I'm in the middle of something. So she hands over 35 gold to each of you. Now please hand me the Chingwa.
All right. Go get her.
It goes. It does what you tell it to do.
So it's surprisingly easy.
Didn't know it could understand common.
Do you understand, common little one?
It just kind of looks at you.
All right. Good one. Who is the best?
It just kind of turns its head.
Close
I
enough.
don't think it understands.
So, would you guys like to continue, or would you like to stop here for the night?
I'm fine to continue.
I'm cool for like another hour.
Same.
Yeah, about that.
Okay.
Yep.
This shouldn't take too long. So as we're in the inn, having handled this, or in the tavern, the local tavern is abuzz with news about a series of recent killings.
Oh, perfect.
Before the murders, the only question on everybody's mind was, will Summer ever return to Icewind Dale? Now the question is, will I be the killer's next victim? Nothing breeds fear and paranoia like a murderer with no face. 3 cold-blooded murders have been committed in the past month. A halfling trapper in East Haven, a human shipbuilder in Targos, and 3 days ago, a dwarf glassblower in Bryn Shander. Each victim was found with a dagger of ice through the heart. What's the connection? The drunken lot huddled in the tavern offers no credible ideas, but sitting apart from them is an elderly shield dwarf with a nasty scar across her nose, who looks like she has something worth knowing. She's been smoking her pipe and eyeing you ever since you walked in.
Is this the same place that we just did the handoff for the elemental?
Basically, yes. She saw that happen, and she's just kind of like, alright.
Okay.
Having concluded your business with the elemental, you're able to kind of just take in what's going on. And that was pretty much what's going on, what you can hear in the tavern. That's what everybody's talking about.
Just idle chit chat about a handful of killings. Ice Knife has been involved. Alright. What's the mead like?
It's actually the same as what you had in Goodmead.
Lovely. Alright, I'm going to drink my sorrows away from the loss of the pet that I had gotten no more than 12 hours ago.
That's fair.
Elaine's gonna go sit at a table that has nobody at it and just start talking to the seat across from her like it's a long lost friend that she's catching up with.
Okay. Ayla's gonna go sit down next to that dwarf that was eyeing us from the moment we walked in.
So I'll have a bit of mead and then also join.
And then Byron is gonna go use the restroom real quick.
Don't fall in.
Be safe.
I will be.
Don't get lost.
I will be right back.
Don't get murdered by the cat.
I only knew him but for a moment, but he was the bestest of pets. The goodest of boys.
The goodest of boys. The boy of boys.
I thought about getting him a knife before I handed him over. Alright, here's your problem now. If he comes back with a bloody knife 2 days later, I'm not asking questions.
So how's everyone doing?
Staying awake.
Alive.
Well, I didn't wake. Slept in today, so.
Nice.
I am just having so much fun playing this character.
I didn't really know who Casey was gonna be, and I'm liking how they're panning out.
I didn't make like a backstory or anything for Antonia because I was like, I don't know how I want this character to like be, so I'm just kind of like trying to go with the motions here and see how I feel like it. With it.
The funny thing is, I had no concept for this character. All of the concept I have is concept I built, like I discovered as I was building the character. So like one of those things stemmed from like she just has this abysmal wisdom score. I mean, she has a 5 in wisdom. She's got a 20 in charisma, but a 5 in wisdom.
Hey!
So she's she's
Charisma
just
pals.
right, and so she's just like, I just conceived of this idea where she's just doesn't think through what she's doing, and that's gotten her into trouble a few times.
Byron didn't get lost.
No.
Welcome back.
I just had to make wee.
Whee!
So
All the way home.
Ayla's sitting at the table with the dwarf who is looking at us. Casey's
I followed after grabbing.
Okay.
Lelaine gets up, walks around the table, wraps her arms around the non-entity in the chair, and then walks over to the table that all of you guys are clustered at, and is just like, "So, what are we doing next? Do you know where we can find a cleric? I really need a cleric.
Is this one okay?
I'm gonna move to the other side of the table from Lillian.
Fine. I am fine. You don't gotta worry about me. Don't you start with me. I've got things that under control.
What do you need a cleric for, by the way?
I have been looking for a cleric for a few weeks. There's something I need them to do that I
Do you need
can't
healing
do
magic?
myself. And she's just gonna kind of like go red in the face, and it's like, ordinarily no. But my god
However,
has decided to be a bit of a bastard at the moment.
you know that's probably not a good thing to say about your god patron.
I agree with the Bard.
He's got a point.
Those that rule the world have rarely been of level temperament.
Oh, it doesn't rule the world.
What does it rule then?
The world, but not the one you know.
Underworld?
No, not the underworld.
Overworld.
There's a whole bunch here that you just aren't aware of. There's, like over in that corner over there, there's this big like pillar in the corner, and it's like pulsing and fleshy, and you can't see it because it's
No, I don't care for that.
No, like,
I'm glad I can't see it.
I don't know what you're smoking, but I want none of it.
I'm
no,
not on
no.
drugs. It's just the world is not what you believe it to be.
And on
And a
that
lot
note,
of people
let's hear what
don't
this dwarf
like
has
it when
to
I
say.
say that. And she literally is like as Ayla interrupts, she's like, and a lot of people don't like it when I say that.
Fascinating.
So the dwarf looks at you and begins to speak. Suffolk Caltro works for a small traveling merchant company called Torx, owned and operated by a shady dwarf named Torga Icefin. In other words, Suffolk gets around. He's very charming, he makes friends easy. He's also Torga's bodyguard, so I'm guessing he's good with the blade. His victims come from the only 3 towns that sacrifice people to the Frostmaiden on nights of the new moon. This is what passes for civilized behavior in Icewind Dale. Maybe the victims found a way to keep their names out of the drawings, as the communities hold lotteries to see who gets sacrificed.
Well, that's interesting. Usually they just pick the least liked person in town.
Yeah, I know. Things are weird here.
But just a lot more organized here. I like it.
It's possible that the victims found a way to keep their names out of the lottery, and Suffolk found out they were cheating, so he killed them? Maybe Suffolk is doing the Frostmaiden's work in killing these people.
So I missed where'd the name Suffolk come from?
That is the person she thinks is doing the killing.
Okay.
Yeah, these names. I remember that
Sorry.
name, but like the others, it's kind of like, what?
I followed Torgs for a 10-day as it moved from town to town. Quite the devious little enterprise, but that's not my concern. What struck me is how comfortable Suffolk Caltro looked in the weather. No coat, no scarf, no gloves. Actually, looked a bit like your elf here in her dress. And yeah. Anyway, it was like the cold couldn't touch him. Kiss of the Frostmaiden indeed. I will pay you 100 gold pieces to apprehend Suffolk Caltro, ascertain his guilt, and deal with him. Preferably without involving the authorities. When the job is done, return here and collect your money. For those of you, you're looking at me like you don't know what's going on. there are 3 settlements: Bryn Shander, East Haven, and Targos. They make humanoid sacrifices to Auril, holding lotteries to determine who gets sacrificed on nights of the new moon. So, it is my belief that Suffolk has found these people who are getting out of the drawing and is killing them in the name of the Frostmaiden, as they have all been found with an ice dagger through their heart. Does that make sense? Are you still on board?
That makes sense. What's curious to me, these lotteries, they appear to be just the rules of the town. If people didn't want to be on them, why didn't they just leave?
It's hard to pick up and leave in 10 towns.
And what is Suffolk normally? Like, what's his
He is
role or title?
a bodyguard to Torga Icevane, the leader of Torg's caravan. But
Okay.
as the caravan goes about doing its business, once its business is completed, Suffolk is generally allowed to do as he pleases.
The caravan travels the 10 towns or just the 3?
Generally, it only travels the 3.
Alright, so here's my question. What's your involvement with Suffolk?
Nobody seems to be willing to investigate these murders, so I have been doing it myself. And this is my theory.
So if you spent all this time coming up with the theory, why not prosecute it yourself? You don't seem an incapable fighter.
I am too old and too decrepit to take on this sort of task anymore. In my younger years, I would absolutely have just dealt with this myself at this point. However, time has gotten the better of me, and I am no longer as good with the blade as I once was.
So you're looking for proof of his guilt and him back alive or not?
No. I would like you to deal with him without involving the authorities.
Okay. And
What
proof
reason
of
do
his
you have
guilt
for
as
avoiding
well.
the authorities? The man is guilty of murder. It seems like they'd be the sort of people you'd want to involve.
They don't seem to be willing to investigate, which is why we're sitting here right now.
Ah, lazy authorities. Tale as old as time.
You can be sure that if we find this carrot dude, that and he is guilty of the crimes that you say, he will be dealt with accordingly. I vow on my God that he will do so. And
Don't you usually have to name the god if you're making a vow in their name?
I'm not really sure what his name is. Its name, her name, I don't know.
You worship a god and you don't know their name.
I didn't really have a choice.
That sound very devout,
You
there, Paladin.
are fascinating.
She sounds batshit crazy, but okay, fascinating's a good way to put it.
Fascinating.
Alright, so we know the most recent murder was a few days ago, right?
Yes.
And is the
Murder
caravan
most
still in that town?
Last I knew, they were heading to Targos.
Is that where one of the first 2 happened?
Yes.
Okay.
And the map's upside down. You could get to Targos in about 4 hours on foot. So you would be able to find the caravan there and would be able to track Suffolk from there.
Do you think that we would beat Sefik there, or that we'd arrive roughly at the same time?
Or later, it's been a few days.
I think we'd be following him.
You would most likely be behind the group.
Unless
But
they're coming back on that route, in which case, we could like catch them in the way, maybe chat them up a little bit, figure out if they really are killing people, and then
I
kill
don't
them.
think they're just going to admit that.
I
How
don't
many people are in the
appreciate you
caravan?
clawing my chair to death.
Yeah, Byron, your cat has been all over the fucking place.
You're telling me.
Mine's just chilling in my lap, so.
Yeah, I see your cat just chilling. I see fucking Thane go like jump off the back of the chair, go into the back of that little shelf back there, and I see you
Fall off
like
the shelf.
tossing him over like 3 times. I'm like, what the fuck is going on with that cat? Sorry.
This is literally every D&D session. Every time I use my computer. This is us
Eric-
playing Age
Mhm.
of Empires every morning. This happens. every-
Eric's cat is literally like the sweetest little thing too. I mean,
He is mush. He is jello.
Bush.
This bastard's wonderful. He's just clingy. So,
He's just wonderful, and he wants you to know it and acknowledge it right now.
yeah, exactly. Shit, I'm sorry.
Right. So,
I've been
how
up
many?
for like 22 hours straight at this point.
Nice.
I can't sleep again. It's wonderful. So anyway, you were saying?
So he's just one of the bodyguards of the caravan.
He is the bodyguard for Torga, the leader of the caravan.
So he's the personal bodyguard of the leader. Okay.
Yes. However,
How
once
many people?
their caravan is only about 10 people total.
Okay.
And once business is done for the day, Sefik is usually set free to roam. So it's
Okay. So it's not like we have to beat them and travel. While they're set up in a town, we'd have to look
correct.
in the evening. All right. Do we set off for the town tonight, or
what time is it?
yeah?
Let me think.
It was morning when we left the last place,
And it was 8 hours.
so
we'll
we're
say-
probably evening.
We'll say we're
10,
And then-
11-ish.
Yeah. So it may be best to hunker down for the night and then go there in the morning.
Yeah. Especially since we slept last night on a sled. So yeah, chill in the
Down
tavern for the
for-
evening.
Yes.
Does this
Yeah.
tavern have bedrooms?
There are rooms available, yes.
Lovely, lovely. Grabbing 2 more pints and then a bread.
One more time?
2 more pints and then a bed.
Okay. Ayla is going to go outside and kind of behind the bar and hunker down.
Antonia's going to put her hood up and go up to a bed very quietly.
I'm gonna find a corner booth and sleep in that.
Interesting choice.
I'll hang out.
Lillian's gonna pay for a room, and then leave the inn. And then a couple hours later, she's going to come back with a bunch of like stuff in tow.
Well, yeah, okay.
Because she didn't have a lot of her equipment on her as she was going from town to town.
Right.
She had kind of stashed it in a cave.
Gotcha.
So now that she has a place to sleep, she's gonna take her stuff up to that room, and she's gonna pay for a long term, a long term room.
Okay.
Oh, be hanging out in the tavern for a while before going to a room.
Okay. As the sun rises, Ayla will wait patiently outside.
I'll eventually wander out.
Same.
Good morning!
Morning, morning. Who
Hello.
turned the sun so bright?
Corner booth, you coming outside?
Yeah. I'll meander my way out there.
Lelaine is probably going to be the last one out, and she comes out decked out in her full kit, which is she's got like a thick, like several layers of quilted material gambeson on with a chain shirt over top of that, and like a long sword at her side, a shield strapped across her back, along with a like 6.5, 7 foot long greatsword that she's just carrying with her. She's like, "Okay, are we ready to go?"
I think
Picked up
taller
some
than
stuff.
I am.
Yeah.
Pretty
What
sure
was
that's
that?
How much money did you spend last night?
I didn't spend any money last night. I just had to go get my stuff.
Where was your stuff?
In a cave about 5 miles away.
Who puts? At this point, Antonia is there. She just hears her stuff is in a cave.
She's
I'm
not
not-
lying. I followed her.
What are you?
What
Why
do
have
you mean?
been
What am
accepting
I?
caves? Why are you following people to their caves?
What do you mean?
What did
What
I
am
sign
I?
up for?
I'm what you
So many-
see.
Very well.
Paladins.
She's, and then she like leans conspiratorially off to the side, and she's like, "Let's wait until they find out what happened in their rooms last night." Ugh.
Can I hear this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she says it loud enough for you to hear. She thinks she's being like conspiratorial, but it was loud enough for everybody to hear.
What was that?
I think I forgot something in my room. I'll be right back.
Is there like a?
Do I find anything?
I check my boobs to make sure my boobs are okay.
make sure they're still there.
Yeah, make
While
sure.
you
Make
sleep
sure.
outside.
I don't know that that's the solution to this problem. Lower barrier to entry was not the solution you think it is.
It's worked for me so far. So
All right, are we
going
taking the
to-
dogs?
What's that?
Are we taking the dogs?
Absolutely. I paid for them for a 10-day. They're ours. Weeks
Gonna name them too.
in Iceland Dale are 10 days. They are literally 10 days.
All right.
When Anthony's character comes back, after finding probably nothing in his room, she's gonna, Lillian's just gonna shrug her shoulders and be like, "Oh, and by the way, I'm probably older than you realize, so I have a lot of stuff."
How old are you?
87.
Well done.
Is this why you need a cleric?
No, that's not why I need a cleric.
So Targos?
Targos, yeah. Which way are we going?
I believe it was to the east.
East. Onward, and she goes to the west.
Nope. You're the east. Come on, this way.
It is to the east. It takes us about 2 hours to get there, so we're looking at probably 9 o'clock in the morning. It's still very dark because of the Frostmaiden's curse.
And because it's like Alaska.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they normally get sunlight, but because of the Frostmaiden's curse, we're stuck with eternal twilight.
I guess we're in town.
Yes. As we enter the town, we can see an outdoor caravan getting set up.
Well, that wasn't hard to find.
No, it wasn't supposed to be.
I guess we got a bit of a stakeout until we see. Did we assume we got a description from the dwarf for
Yes.
what's his name?
Yes, you were looking for a. Let me look. I have it right here somewhere. Here we go. You're looking for a well-built man, roughly in his 30s, olive complexion, dark hair pulled back in a ponytail with no facial hair.
Oh no.
Dressed in a stylish vest with matching pants and boots, similar in style to those worn by the mariners of the Sword Coast in the south. But he wears no armor or cold weather clothing, and does not appear to be armed.
Alright.
So are we like hanging back and like analyzing the situation, or are we going up there to kind of like look around, or
Greetings, greetings! I see you've got a caravan going on here.
that's what I wanted to know. because
Rest of the group is somewhere back there.
because that's kind of what Lillian would do.
Oh, we're going shopping. Alright, let's do this.
She'd just go right up to the caravan and be like, "Hi, we're looking for, you know, a carrot man." She'd give his description.
You're looking for my bodyguard? Why are you looking for my bodyguard?
We just have some business with him that we need to attend to. We heard of his particular skill sets in what was that? Bremen? Bremen. And we were looking to perhaps speak with him about his unique skill set.
Stop playing with my cord!
Do you think you could tell us where he is?
Oh, this has got a very different direction than where Casey was going with it. Alright.
Again, 5 in wisdom.
Ayla has retreated behind a building. Basically disappeared.
Smart girl.
I think I would have been following a bit distant from them, but after hearing the bluntness, I would have kept my distance.
Yeah, Ayla is behind a building with her bow drawn and an arrow knocked.
I'm going to desperately try and recover this. My apologies. My friend here is not yet acquainted with the subtleties of the world. We were simply looking to inquire about maybe renting out your bodyguard for a few afternoons, if that would be assailable.
Yeah,
And
I don't think so.
As you say, she's not well acquainted with the world. Lillian's literally gonna look off to the guy's side, and she's just gonna be like, "That what? What do you mean not acquainted with the world? Which world are you talking about?"
Do I see the bodyguard in the area?
Yes, he is directly behind.
How's he reacting to everything that's happening in front of him?
Stoic.
Reason he's bodyguard.
So it would not be possible then to discuss contract work?
Not with him.
Oh, very well. Do you know any others in the area, perhaps?
Not off the top of my head.
Oh, that's disappointing. Any other ways that I might be interested in before I go?
I mean, you see what's here. I have cut wood, flint and tinder, whale oil, blankets, furs, rations, wine, cheap ale, medicine.
I'll take a bottle of the wine.
2 gold.
Done.
Pleasure doing business with you. Now get the hell out of my caravan.
Gladly. Going to grab her by the arm and walk any direction.
Did we find him?
Yes, we did.
Where was he?
He was standing right behind him.
She's like, as you say that, she like turns around towards them.
Don't look.
I don't understand anything that's going
Taking
on.
a corner, getting out of line of sight.
As they leave, how do I forget their name? The bodyguard and the guy react.
The merchant goes back to just kind of looking over everything, and the bodyguard just kind of eyes them very closely as they walk away.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep my distance, I assume, with the other two. Just kind of
You have no idea where Ayla's at right
waiting and
now.
watching. Yeah. It's like, well, did you two follow up close? Would they have heard what just happened?
I didn't go up really far at all. Like, I don't think I would have really heard what just happened.
It's like,
You saw us walk up there. She started talking. Casey just went dead, and then just hauled in a direction
Yeah.
without explicitly running.
it's like it appears their plan didn't work.
Just found like the first discreet place. Like, all right, Lillian. First rule of sneaking up on somebody we think is a killer: don't tell them we're looking for somebody because we think they're a killer. That's a good way to get killed. If you're going to do it, at least do it while running fast. Okay.
Oh, all right. Do you think he was going to kill us? I don't think he was going to kill us.
I think we should sleep on separate cycles tonight.
Like a watch? You saying we should keep watch tonight?
Absolutely. We should
Probably
also
not.
keep walking. I am just taking corners, left, right.
It's probably
I
things
assume
that
at this point I am being followed.
Give
So
me a
do we see
moment.
anyone follow him?
After a short time, you do see Suffolk move out from behind the caravan and start heading in the direction that Casey and Lelaine went.
I'm going to be just taking corners, streets, every evasive action that I know, and then find some random inn, get a room in it, and at this point, I do not care if my friends can find me. I want not to be found. Get a room, get in, lock the door, All right.
So us three are, we're back there, and we saw him go out, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make sure he doesn't see me, but I'm gonna follow him.
Roll me a stealth.
And I'll follow behind her even further, since she seems sneakier.
16.
Okay. Oh, you're clear.
What'd you roll?
1.
It's not bad. Ha!
Should I roll anything to see how effective I was at being evasive?
I rolled a 100, and you seem to do reasonably okay.
All right.
However, you did leave tracks in the snow.
I would have tried. I'm aware that snow exists, so I would try like doubling back on things if I can,
Yeah.
or like finding places that clearly are like main roads, walk down those for a bit so that I can try and be indiscreet.
Right.
At the very least, I have one door. Hopefully, no windows if that's available. I need the just threatened a mercenary to his face special.
Oh, we'll be fine. You're worrying too much.
Oh, you clearly never gotten on somebody's bad side yet, have you?
I've been on plenty of people's bad sides. I think I've been thrown out of almost every town here.
Ah, okay. I see.
Eric, what are you up to?
I'm gonna follow behind them. Make sure he ain't gonna kill them.
Okay. Yeah, Ayla's bouncing building to building, well beyond your line of sight, or well beyond your line of sight, but watching. Eventually, he gives up the chase for them. Interesting. Okay. Seriously, Dice?
Oh, I like that.
I don't think you do.
Oh, no, I don't like that.
Upon second thought.
He turns around and starts walking back. And as he passes Antonia, he just kind of looks at you for a second and just kind of out of the side of his mouth just kind of goes, "Good job."
For what?
He just kept walking.
Oh. I don't like that. Okay. So where are the other two? Are you guys still following me? Or
Yeah.
with me?
I was behind you farther.
Okay. So I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna look at Hendrik. Is that your name?
Yeah.
And how far away is he gone from me now? Is he?
He's out of earshot.
Okay. I'm just gonna tell him that he just told me good job, or he just like mouthed it. So that's weird.
What'd you do?
Yeah, that's. Yeah. Maybe figured out you were tailing.
I don't know. That was weird. I didn't like that.
And he was just heading back towards the caravan, it looked like.
Yeah.
In the direction of the caravan.
Byron, is he going in the direction
Yes.
of the caravan?
Sorry.
Yeah.
You're good.
I thought that was a statement, not a question.
I thought it was a question at me, but I didn't know, so I was leaning on you.
Yeah.
My bad. We had as a failure to communicate here. It's okay.
Sorry. Like I said, I've been up a long time.
Oh no! It was a whole team fail there. So okay, so he's heading towards back towards the caravan. Yeah. That was weird. So I'm gonna try and find the footprints of Lelaine and old Casey there, and
Give me
see if I.
a survival check. And as you guys are, the three of you group back up?
I assume the three of us, yeah, once he was walked off and gathered us.
Oh, I rolled a 10 for a survival check.
You sure did. That's cool. It showed me.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, if you make
if you
it
roll
up
on
to D&D
Beyond,
it shows
yeah.
them to all the players.
Ooh.
Fancy.
Oh, Void also rolled a 5.
Oof. I can try. As you guys have grouped back up, Ayla approaches with her bow still in her hand and an arrow knocked. That guy needs to fucking die.
Yeah, that was a bit tense.
What did he
Yeah,
say to you?
he said good job.
He had you marked.
Interesting.
He had... I don't know if he had me marked, but he had for sure you. The other two probably shouldn't come out from where they're at, because they're probably at the top of his kill list.
Well, we might not have to hunt him then.
Yeah, he'll just come to me.
I rolled a 3 for my survival check.
And this is how the party split permanently. Never together up again.
Next week, the adventures of Casey and Lelaine.
I will
Trapped in a
That
bar.
would be a
I will allow a take 20 to take the time to really focus the search and take the time to do it. That way we can actually regroup the party.
I'm assuming that Casey has Lelaine fairly well restrained.
Not
keeping
actively
her in.
restrained.
No, but you're probably
I'm closer to the door than you are.
Right. You're probably standing in front of the door, making sure I don't get out and stuff.
Leaning against it, nailing it shut.
How many taverns are in town?
Let me look.
Say if it's just the one.
We're not there. Too far. Found it. Oh, there are quite a few.
Oh boy.
But I know exactly where we're going. We are going to the Luskan Arms. As that is the inn that is listed.
That's the one with a name.
Basically. Hey, they gave me names. I'm using them.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't
That's
have to
what you
make
do in
this
a
shit
module.
up, I'm not gonna. So we eventually...
I don't have to come up with a name.
Yeah, exactly. We eventually make our way back to the Luskan Arms.
With our heads on a swivel.
Uh-huh. Like Ayla is walking backwards, kind of.
Moonwalking.
And yeah. So we're there. Are we going to ask the manager person if our party is here? Because, I mean, we basically tracked them here at this point.
Say if we
If it's
think
a
we're
really
here.
small tavern, you probably hear out of one particular room a commotion. Basically, Casey trying to keep Luang conversated to keep her from walking out of the room.
Ah, she's Byron drunk.
Whatever. Just trying to stay in here and undetected.
Okay. After a few minutes, we manage to make our way up to the room, and you hear a sharp knock on the door.
Who is it?
Anybody?
Who is it?
What's your name?
And then you'll hear Lelaine through the door going, "Okay, go outside and check. Yes, now, please."
Yep, we got the right room.
We can look outside.
Yeah, we got the right room.
Who is it?
It's your friends.
What's my favorite drink?
Good.
Everything.
All right, it's him.
So,
Opens the door. Welcome. Unfortunately, the wine is already gone.
so do you want the good news or the bad news?
Please tell me that the good news is you weren't followed here either.
Oh, that's probably not the good news.
You found a cleric?
Sure.
No.
Oh, good. Where is it?
It's the man holding
He
the
didn't
ice
find
knife
a
who was
cleric.
following us.
He's not really a cleric.
No.
Ah,
Plot twist.
dang it.
So, here's the thing.
Guys, I really need a cleric.
We'll get there. We'll get there. So, the thing is, the dude is a lot better at tracking people than you thought he was. And there is a 100% chance that he knows we're here.
Oh, perfect. That'll make things quick then.
And he somehow knew we were all together and not just. It wasn't just you two.
Do you think he has a spirit too? I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. Hopefully his invisible best friend is less useful than ours.
You think my friend is helpful? See, I
Well,
told you they'd
he's-
like
he-
you.
He's more useful than the guy that's trying to kill us. I will credit him with that far.
Told you they'd like you.
All right. So, what is our plan to not die?
Well,
Convince him to come with us and out into the tundra, and then we'll get him to spill the truth of what he's been doing, and if necessary, we can bury him in the snow.
I don't think he'll be as entranced by the violin as the little elemental thing.
I mean, it'd certainly confuse him for at least a moment.
And then he'd stab you.
Well, yes, that's the part I'm not so fond of.
I can be persuasive when I want to be.
I think you persuaded him that he wants to stab you.
You persuaded him into wanting me dead. You did successfully do that. You are very persuasive.
Oh, sweet Jesus, this is where we die.
Yeah, yeah. Welcome to the room.
You want to just go outside and wait for him?
He'll show up at some point, probably.
Is outside where we want to be fighting? Why do we want a plan? We want advantages. Presumably, witnesses seems like a good thing for the whole self-defense plea we're about to have to make.
But I don't exactly want to piss off all the guards with fighting in the town.
Yeah, that's
Well,
why
if we get
if
attacked,
Psycho attacks us,
Unless they're all in on it.
unless everybody's in on it.
Unless there's corruption.
they did ask us not to involve
Yeah.
authorities.
Well, that sounded like they were just lazy, and that's most of them.
I've got it.
Oh God.
Oh god.
So he takes people that go. They take people for the sacrifice, right?
Uh huh.
Uh-huh.
So I'll go and I'll be the sacrifice, and you guys can follow. And then when everybody's alone, then we can nab him.
He goes after the people that try not to be the sacrifice.
Yeah.
Also,
He
I think
wants
it's out of
people.
sacrifice season anyway.
Then we can say that I was supposed to be the sacrifice, but that I'm hiding.
I think he has plenty of motivation to want you dead as it is.
As we're standing here, there's another knock on the door.
Who is it?
Just,
Yes, Kyle?
I would say just be silent. I would be.
Okay. Room service.
Come in.
Is there a window? I'm out.
Acrobatics, please.
All right.
So she says, "Come in." I'm assuming you guys locked the door.
Oh yeah, there's no way
Oh.
that thing's unlocked.
So she gets up to go unlock the door.
I'm gonna drag her back.
That's gonna be an 18 for acrobatics.
You land on your feet.
I'm used to jumping out windows.
You would be.
It's a requirement for bards.
Yeah,
Is it
yeah,
first
I
floor
mean,
or is it a second floor situation? Is this just one level?
You're on a second floor situation.
Okay.
the lusty Argonian maid over there just.
Ayla draws her sword.
Yeah, I'm going to make sure my staff is in a battle-ready position.
I'm gonna come back around from the outside so we're not all trapped in the very small box.
And Lelane's like turning to Eric's character. I don't remember your character's name, Eric. But Void. She turns to Void as Void's like trying to drag her away from the door, and she's like, "What? They said it was room service."
Don't need room service.
No one said it. No one needed room service. This is a trap. Or
You
at least, did you order room service?
She looks out the window. She's like, shrugs. I don't know.
Then no.
I'm casting mage armor on myself.
That's fair. Oh, come on. You've got to be shitting me.
Has the door been knocked on again yet?
Hold on. Doing things.
And seeing everybody else having all their weapons out and everything, she's just like, and like grabs the great sword off of her back.
7 foot
This
long
thing
one.
is this thing is bigger than she is. She's like 5'3", and this thing's like 6.5 feet long.
It's just sitting
Sick.
horizontally across like the back of the waist.
Is it gonna hit the ceiling?
No, probably not.
You're pretty damn close.
She is believe it or not, she is trained with this weapon, so she's not going to like be swinging it up over her head to hit the ceiling. She'll be mostly probably doing lateral strikes.
Oh, good. You'll hit all of us.
Wonderful.
I'm not in there.
Fantastic.
I'm going out the window.
Yeah, am I in the window too?
Thrust,
Yeah.
things like that.
I'm out the window.
Good idea.
Oh God. So who's all not out the window?
I think that number is going to be decreasing rapidly.
I think that number's probably going to be 1.
As soon as that great sword is drawn,
Yeah, Lelaine drew the sword, and Ayla's like, fuck this.
Oh well, so I'll just rolled a really nice acrobatics check there.
Void just face planted.
All you hear is, "Ah!"
That's not how you do that, friend.
Someone almost died.
You gotta tuck and roll. Tuck and roll.
Oof.
So,
It's bad.
as everybody else leaves out the window, she's just like, "What the hell, guys?" And then she like sits down on the bed with the great sword on her lap, and just like crosses her legs and's like,
Is there a second knock yet?
Yes, I was just getting to that. The